Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
Welcome to another episode of Are You Serious? At least I feel like I'm having an episode. How you doing, everybody, and everyone out there in TV land? How are you on this 4th of July? Good.
The festive headwear.
Oh, very festive.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So we got tonight on the blue team, Sara and Casey. Yay! And on the red team, we've got Jesse and Daniel. Yay! Okay, let's hear a thing or two from all of you. We'll start with you. You're in the 12 o'clock position tonight, Sara. So tell us about you and how was your day?
Good. I didn't really do much today. We celebrated yesterday, hung out at my parents' pool. I've been doing this thing where every time I go to my parents' house to use their pool on a good day, I show up with a new inflatable animal. They're like a $15 toy at Target, but their pool is full of animals. But my mom's so attached to them all. She's like naming them. Like there's a llama, a dragon, a donut. They all have names. They all have personalities. And she like sends me pictures of them. So I'm not sure how long I can keep on carrying on like this, but I'm just going to see when it stops me. So that's kind of right now.
An easy fix, Sarah, is to just have kids.
Or deflate them. Yeah. Not the kids.
Unless I could buy one for $15 at Target, I'm not.
You can. You could probably grab a kid for free at Target. Yeah.
How do you guarantee it's potty trained?
Oh yeah, both of mine are potty trained, so you can.
Okay.
That's good.
I'm still not potty trained myself, so I don't know.
So let's move on to Jesse. Jesse, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm very lucky. I have the Black Lives Matter square tonight, so that's quite the honor.
You do. That's because you matter, Jesse.
Oh, thanks.
Okay.
Cool.
How's your 4th going?
It's good. We redid our pool, so today was like the soft opening. We just like had a few people over. It was super
soft
chill.
Opening of your pool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be taking reservations soon, just not yet.
Okay. Daniel, how you doing?
It's 4th of July, and it's just got me thinking, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain. I am proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm a Sagittarius. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Well, it was a long walk.
Okay, give us a beat. Proud to be an American, because Daniel is a Sagittarian. Okay.
Okay, Tom, we get it. You saw Hamilton. Relax.
Because I didn't see Hamilton. Because I was watching a comedian. Okay, Casey, how you doing?
Great. I've already passed out once today. I think that's important for everyone to know. It's the American way. I'm into it with this. Sober now, so I think that's a great.
Oh no!
I know.
Okay,
so it's not going to be as good. There's fireworks happening out here. There are
Uh-huh.
dogs barking here. There's children that I've fed strawberry shortcake to. It is mayhem.
Well, I've got a surprise for y'all because I didn't want you to have to sit in here and do this and while there are fireworks outside. So I'm going to share some fireworks with you. Here you go. Ooh.
Oh,
So beautiful.
Oh my God! It looks like my family on Thanksgiving.
Wow.
Ooh.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, look, things explode.
Wow.
Okay, that's enough of that.
Wow.
Okay, enough of that crap.
Gorgeous.
You know, we probably, I just thought of it. We'd probably be celebrating on July 5th if the printer had more jobs lined up. Like, okay, I can get to the declaration, but I'm never going to make that Friday deadline. I got a bunch of invitations to print.
Can we roll
I can
it?
get it to you on the 5th. Will that do? Okay.
I never thought about that. That's like,
I know, right?
It wasn't like a old.
We are celebrating a printer making its deadline. Basically.
Send the printer to E-Town of Kinko's. Thusly.
All right. So anyway, this is Are You Serious? In case you need a reminder. And what we do is each of our panelists tonight has shared with me and only me a nugget, a factoid about themselves and their past, something that might have happened to them or that they saw or did. And I'm going to display a factoid about each of them. Of course, I might substitute it with a ridiculous factoid that I've made up for them, and they're not going to know until they see it, and they have to pretend that it's real. And they have to convince us that no matter what it is that pops on the screen, it's true. The other team has to guess whether it's true or not. The team that guesses the best wins a fabulous prize, the same fabulous prize that was distributed last week and will be distributed next week as well.
It's a good prize.
Yeah, it's a good prize, you know.
Very elusive.
So, elusive is, well, yeah, it's a soft opening. So, why don't we get ourselves... I don't even want to, I just thought of a thing for soft opening, but I'm not going to go there.
Save it for the after dark.
Yeah, that's right. We've got a thing tonight at midnight. We do. In case you did not know that.
I'm taking my clothes off.
Yes.
Casey, we want viewers.
There we are. Oh my God. There it is. Yes. Midnight tonight at Doghouse After Dark with Sick Puppies. Me, Barry, Ben, Lourdes, Sam, and anyone else who happens to show up. Casey, you're not just invited, you're almost commanded. But that'd be cool. Anyone who wants to be there. Got some fun stuff happening. So let's get started. We'll start with Sarah, since she's in the 12 o'clock position tonight. And Sarah, here's your factoid. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
When I was very little, my pet cat ate my pet goldfish.
Super sad.
And you probably ate the goldfish food?
Yes.
Another callback.
So,
You got to watch this show every week, folks, so you won't know what's going on.
I know this story is true in like a Looney Tunes episode. But it's true in your real life.
It can happen. The fish is very vulnerable. You just keep them in those little bowls.
What was your cat's name?
Chloe. And technically the cat didn't live with me full time. It was my Uncle Jerry's cat. He rescued her. And every time he would come to visit, he'd bring the cat because he knew I loved animals so much. And I had 2 goldfish. I had a goldfish and I guess it was a betta fish. It was black. And they lived together.
Betta fish?
A betta fish?
Is that what it's called? A betta fish? Like
Yeah.
it's not the real finished fish yet. It's just
It's like the beta model.
the betta fish.
It's not generally available.
Yay. I don't know.
Okay.
It's called beta fish, right?
Sarah,
believe
I have a question. The
Yes.
betta fish lived with the other fish?
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
I think it was a beta fish. I don't know. It was a black fish. Am I
don't know.
wrong? There was a goldfish and a blackfish, and they lived together. I assume the blackfish was a beta fish, but I was literally 5 years old, so I don't know.
Maybe it was just a bait fish, not a beta fish. I mean, you can bait a hook, but can you bait a fish?
You can bait a fish in water, but you can't make it drink.
Don't beta fish eat all the other fish in the tank?
Maybe.
That's the
I
alpha
don't know.
fish.
All I know is it was a goldfish and a blackfish, and they lived together in the bowl. So maybe it was some other type of fish. I thought it was a beta fish because I thought they were black, but I don't.
Are you sure you're not talking about the snack goldfish and then the pretzel version of goldfish?
No,
and then
because it
snacky?
didn't. No, because it didn't smile back. And goldfish is smile back. So they were two very stoic fish. Anyway, they lived in one of those like open bowls, like the kind that you would get if you like won the fish at a carnival. It was like the simplest bowl you could get. And so when I got the fish at PetSmart, my parents were just like, "What's the cheapest bowl?" So they bought this one. We put little pebbles on the bottom, and the two fish lived happily in there. So it must not have been a beta fish. It was just a black fish. And when my uncle brought the cat over one time, I didn't think about it. So I'm playing with the cat and she's jumping onto the counter and like being cute. And I was like, oh, the cat's on the counter. It's so cute. She's like pawing at it with the salt shaker. And then before I knew it, like I'm 5, I'm not really paying attention. Just darts her little paw and just ate the gold one. So the black one lived and the gold one died a rapid but brutal death. Because she was a rescue. She wasn't, he like saved her off the street. He like found her sick and like brought her in. The
cat was a rescue, I'm guessing, not the fish.
It was too late for that.
Pet store. That was some pet store like back alley fish. But this cat was like a rescue, but she was like used to like fending for herself and find food wherever she could. So she just didn't know. And she just was like, oh, cool. They put out hors d'oeuvres for me and just had one.
Did the fish have names?
Yeah. I'm really embarrassed about them, though, because I was 5 and they let me name the fish. So they were just Goldie and Blackie, which didn't age well. And nobody.
It's the meme I sent you today based off of if dinosaurs got named today. I sent Sarah. I mean,
we did. It was what were they like? Chonkalicious McRae.
I saw that meme and I was like, "This would be how Sarah would name dinosaurs."
So which one was Goldie?
The black one. I was very scarred as a kid. Now they corresponded with their colors.
In this cartoon, after the cat ate the fish, did it then go on to chase around Jerry the mouse, or did it pull the cat out as like a strip of bones afterwards?
No, I
the camera, or
it might have been less traumatizing for me if there was some like iconography I could recognize, but it was just a brutal murder, and I screamed. But my uncle was named Jerry, and he ran. So there was a Jerry involved, but the cat was named Chloe. And it was just a sad tragedy all around.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Uncle Jerry's cat ate your goldfish, you're saying? Yeah. Did you see it happen? You saw it happen?
I like had my back turned, so I didn't see her like go in the bowl, but I saw like the aftermath of her like
the little fin sticking out of the mouth.
It was gone. Yeah.
Oh, that must have been very traumatic as a child.
Yeah, wasn't great. No. And like my parents were just in the other room, so they heard my like blood curdling scream.
That's why these days she anthropomorphizes things that are floating in pools to be her friends because of the one she lost.
I'm trying to do things so desperately. The poor Goldie's memory.
I had a goldfish. It got sick. It didn't have a temperature, but it did get flushed.
The 21 flush salute. It's really something to hold. It's very special.
Okay. So, any further questions, or can we reach a consensus, Red Team, on whether or not when Sarah was very little, her pet cat ate her pet goldfish?
What do you think, Daniel? Any lingering?
Well, Man, if this is a lie, it is such a low stakes lie. Jesus.
Stick, not for the goldfish.
Fish.
Goldie, come
I
on.
like the lawn.
Oh, yeah.
Goldie, Blackie.
I don't know what type they are, but I remember their names. You know.
Swallowy.
I do have a cat named Fugly though, so I
Fugly the cat.
I had two fish, Blackie and Tasty.
We knew we were gonna have to flush them, so we named them Scrub and Bubbles.
They're actually hors d'oeuvre and amuse-bouche.
Roto and Rooter. Okay, I'll need a consensus. You two come up.
I
with
want to
a
say
consensus.
it's
Truth or
true,
lie?
but I want to go on a limb and say it's definitely, and it's a lie. It's a lie.
Jesse, what do you think?
I'm down to go lie.
Are you? You
Yeah.
sure? So you say it's a lie.
Yes.
Okay. Well, it's a lie.
Yeah.
It's a lie.
Those animals all existed. They just never interacted in this way.
All right.
Yeah.
I didn't even think they existed, so you did good. Yeah.
That's very
But
nice.
I'm violently allergic to cats, so we would never have a cat in the house.
No.
Violently allergic.
Yeah, I didn't think that you were a cat person.
I
So-
wish.
I kind of just want to bring a cat around to see what violently looks like for you.
Oh, like sneezing that could crack my ribs. So bad.
Oh wow, that's
So
not
I wanna
bad.
see it.
Just
Still
face,
interested.
That's
every
bad.
hole drips.
That's a I don't want it. That see
No.
now that was too much. That
I'm
was too
out.
much. That was one sentence too much. All right,
Wait,
so
I'm coming back for the late night show, and I'm
you better. So
Sarah's improv team is every hole drips.
whole trip. Oh no! Hey, I'm catching the holes tonight up at Doghouse. They're gonna be there.
Doghouse Theater.
All right. Let's move over across the way now to Jesse. Jesse, we've got a thing for you. Are you ready? Maybe you could pull way ahead, or the blue team can catch up. All set, Jesse?
Yes. Be good to me,
Okay.
Tom.
Good to meet Tom. Okay. God, I'm sick of you saying that to me.
I almost did a spit take.
Here we go.
Like with whiskey?
On my first night in college, I let a complete stranger sleep in my bed with me.
True. All right, Daniel. What? All right, Daniel. What you got for us, dude?
And all she said was, "Be good to me."
Yeah.
Every hole.
It was a complete stranger, not half a stranger. A
And
complete
he
one.
ate his goldfish, which is
And I
weird.
want to be clear, it was not a one night stand. So like that is important to note, I feel like. You know?
Is it true? Is it?
Is
Is
it?
there
Now,
a
that part is
disaster?
the
Like,
lie.
what
The
does
first
that
part is true. The second part is the lie.
I went to Florida State. That helped like push this over the finish line.
All right, Jesse. Tell us.
Okay.
Tell us
So
the bullshit.
I went to Florida State and it was my first night. Okay. I had a random college roommate. We really clicked, we really got along well. So the first night we like wanted to go hard, took shots, went out, and we went back to our dorm rooms, and I guess we were both so drunk. First night of college, we didn't lock our door when we went to sleep in the dorms. So about 3 a.m, this like drunk girl comes stumbling into our room and is like, hey, can I sleep with you? I was like, yeah, like, sure. Like, why not? Right. But to be fair, I was like, oh my God, this is such like a college moment, like this girl's on my floor. Like, I bet there's a guy with her roommate. Like, totally, I got you. So she sleeps with me. We like spoon, and then the next morning I realized like, I don't even know this person at all. Like, she doesn't even look.
Did you just yada 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 through the best part of that story?
Yeah.
There's no, there's nothing.
She and I was spooning, and and then
Yada yada yada.
and then
that's
the next night we
story.
went out for sushi.
Guys, nothing. We just slept, strictly sleeping. I know I have a lot of stories like this, but strictly we're sleeping. And then, so we both woke up the next day, and turns out like she wasn't even on my floor, you guys. She didn't even live in that dorm. Like, she was like she was just like, I don't know, she was just going around campus trying doors until she
Jesse,
got
it turned out she was from your Hebrew camp, right?
exactly full circle. So I mean,
Was she just like a Tallahassee County resident, like just living in Leon County?
To be fair, but like she was like, oh my God, like wow, where am I? Like I don't even like, you know what I mean?
But this wasn't your Hebrew camp.
Jesse, just to be clear, you gave someone drugs, took them back to your place.
That's what I'm hearing.
That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing.
Guys,
This is not the same as the story about when she was at camp high as fuck.
You thought you were getting a college experience, but you actually got the college experience.
exactly. And then herpes, because that is also
more of a brothel experience.
Jesse, is her name Steven?
No, her name was Ainsley. I found out her name later.
Ainsley.
Yeah.
Walkers around doors, Ainsley, right?
Wow. I went to college and had my first Ainsley.
First and last time I did Ainsley.
Based on her name alone, I assume she showed up to your room in like a full Old English equestrian outfit.
Or
She was cute. She was
With like
cute.
the little hard helmet and the boots.
I don't know. She's like, hey, scoot over. And I was like, oh my God, sure, girl. Like, I got you.
Your
I was thinking more of a poncho, really. Or maybe her name was actually Poncho. Maybe it was Poncho. Maybe it was a guy who said his name was Ainsley.
Did I what?
Did you keep in touch with her?
No, I actually did like run into her a few times on campus, but I felt like we both were like in denial. Like we were just like, hey, like I don't know. I'm not that embarrassed. I don't know who's more. I don't know what's worse. I mean,
You both slept together in the same dumpster a few weeks later.
It was FSU. So
it was sort of go Knowles.
Hey, by the way, the Gators aren't doing this anymore, Jesse. Just so you know.
Oh, they're not.
Yeah, they're just getting ahead of it because they thought that it might be offensive, so they stopped doing it.
Oh,
okay.
But you guys, the Knowles,
we're good.
You guys love that racism.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I'm glad we got off onto that. So, any more questions for Jesse? I mean, God, I would have a mountain of questions for Jesse on this one. But.
Do you remember where you went that night? Like, what happened? Like, how'd you get so drunk that this was a good idea?
You know, it was just a Tuesday.
Next question.
It was after rehearsal? Got it.
Yeah, right. We went to Brickyard. I don't know. It was like first night, you know what I mean? You were just taking shots in the dorm room, and then we went to the strip, as they call it.
Okay.
I mean, I had a fake ID. Yeah, like it was
okay.
Pretty standard.
Yeah, I think the first question that popped into my head was, what'd she smell like?
I mean, she was bathed. She smelled nice.
Like a girl.
Was she in pajamas or was she in like her like going out outfit?
Going out attire.
Okay.
Oh, what?
Yeah, she came straight from the clubs.
Okay. And then when you woke up the next morning, like, did you think, should we get like a bagel together, or were you just like, get out of here?
Well, kind of. We were kind of out. And like I had like a Wet Hot American Summer like DVD, and she's like, I love that movie, and I was like, same. And like we sort of bonded over that. But
I think
that was it.
If I woke up in the morning next to a male stranger, I would be thinking less about bagels and more about locks, if you know what I'm saying. Like I'm shutting the door and no one's getting into this place.
Now,
you know
Tom,
what I mean?
that's a story about how you got into Sick Puppies 8 years ago, and that's not what this show is about. So we just got to move along.
Okay, so we are going to move along. The blue team is going to confer right now and come up with a consensus, whether she's telling the truth or whether it's a goddamn vicious lie. Trying to smear a good old Ainsley. Any thoughts?
Sarah, this feels plausible.
Would Jesse? Yeah.
Of course she would.
Of course she would.
She got, first of all, that name Ainsley.
Ainsley is so specific. Like, where would that even come from?
Yeah, it just feels.
She might have known someone named Ainsley.
I'm not going to be upset. Like, I'm not going to be as mad as I got last week when Daniel absolutely took full advantage of me and changed the nature of our relationship.
So what are you going to say?
I'm going to say true.
I think we'll go with true.
You will.
It's
I
going to be
believe it's
true.
true. Well, you're right. It's true.
It's a good story,
yeah.
Jesse.
You know what?
Yeah,
That was night one, just to give you an idea of,
Did you guys friend each other on Facebook?
No, we just kind of like left it there, My mom's actually here. She's really particularly proud of this story.
I'll get Marcia in. She's more interested. Come on.
Bring it in.
I want to verify
She
something
wants-
about that story.
Oh, she wants to verify or fact check. I'm sorry.
Hello, family. What I want to say is she left a few things out.
Okay.
I think I remember her going, I'm so drunk, I don't know where my dorm is. And that is the reason she lost where her dorm was.
Well, yeah, that's what
I
happened.
don't think you implied that.
Well, I think, I think I did that.
Jesse was Ainsley. Jesse was Ainsley.
I was Ainsley. No.
And no,
This
it was
is the
really
Tyler
easy
Durden-
checking up on my daughter.
Okay.
It was my mom.
All
But anyway,
right.
that's
You're
what
done.
she told me. Goodbye.
We miss you,
Okay.
Marcia.
Thank you.
you.
Thank you for the tag team. Now,
You wouldn't be here.
let's move
Okay.
on. We are now tied neck and neck, as I said, at 1-1. So whatever you do, Daniel, you will break the tie, whether it's in your favor or Casey's team's favor. That's up to you. So are you ready?
A lot of
Your
pressure.
truth.
A lot of pressure. No whammies. No whammies.
Here we go.
I once created a homemade clay vase, but it blew up when I heated it in the oven. Hit me.
I think people are just
So
overwhelmed.
how'd you get into pottery? What
That
led you
is-
to pottery?
Interesting question. My dad and my stepmom are very into pottery. Their house is filled with it. My dad has his own kiln and has always, I guess as long as I can remember, has had his own kiln. And he actually has a side business selling ceramic items.
Daniel, I have to stop you. My mom is in the background going, lie, it's a lie.
Hey, I will
Oh, he's on my team.
after all this, I will promote my dad's pottery side business because it exists.
No, promote it now, Daniel.
It's called Applewood. Type in Applewood and
I
ceramic
will.
numbers, and you'll see he's a pretty big deal on eBay and other places where you can buy handmade shit.
Then shouldn't you have known better? You know what I mean? Seems like a
Yeah,
rookie.
did it blow up in your oven or did it blow up in his?
My oven. And no, you know me, I don't know better about anything. So.
Mhm.
Applewood, one word.
Okay.
There is an Applewood pottery shop in South Miami, Florida, on Etsy.
I see it.
It's my dad.
I love his work. I like his address styles. They're very tasteful.
I love it.
And he's
Yeah.
making, I don't know how much he's making, but he's selling a shit ton. Good for him.
So you made a vase. When you put it in the oven, can you tell us about what happened there?
So it fucking blew up. So
It sure did. That's what the words
it's just
say.
like, it's one of those, do you know about Jaco Pastorius and his wooden-based guitar exploding in Florida because of humidity? I just came to check on it, and it was already in pieces all over the inside of the oven. What I found out,
Now, which oven? Like your oven or your dad's kiln?
no, oven at my place.
Okay, that's smart.
I had looked into how to do this. I didn't check in with my dad, and I tried to do it. It's a long story why, but I found out from him that what I should have done is kneaded the dough, not the dough, the clay, my bad. It's an oven, jeez. Kneaded
I think you just fucked up French bread, Daniel. I think that's
I think he forgot to think he forgot to preheat. I think that's what happened.
You gotta prove the vase before you bake it, or it won't get the proper rise.
How much yeast did you put in your vase?
Did you egg
It
wash?
started off as an ashtray, so he put quite a bit.
Was
I
there
don't
a
know, but
ghost that was sitting behind you that kind of?
tasted great.
Oh man, I love you.
Can you describe the shape of the vase? Was it like pear-shaped, thick on the bottom, or was it like a
Yeah.
sensual woman
Daniel,
vase?
tell
Like
me
what kind of?
Hey, Daniel, when you do it, can you sing the dimensions of it?
Yeah,
I'm so
Jesse,
sorry.
what shape does your mother think the vase was?
No offense. I wasn't listening to you guys.
She's not listening.
Okay,
She's fucking playing like Farmville right now.
She's not listening. She's bringing her improv skills to bear.
The way she shot us down, I feel like a vase. I feel like an empty vessel. You know.
So what shape was your
manhandled.
vase? What shape was your vase? If you don't mind my asking.
So I fucking standard like you know,
Like a ball.
and little crooked handles on the side that I spun up with the clay, and then you know what I'm saying.
So
If you think of a vase and whatever the pictures in your head is, it's gonna look like that. I'm sure.
I
So
just
you-
like three different.
so you
That
spun
is the
this
laziest
vase.
explanation of anything I've ever heard. So what happened when you put it in the oven? It exploded. I know. And what did the vase look like? A vase. Daniel.
This guy's in
I don't
sales.
know
He's
how to
totally in
describe
sales.
it. It's the diamond shape, Okay, here's the thing. I found out that I was supposed to knead
Can we
the clay.
back that up for a second, Daniel? There's
Yeah.
never been a time that anyone's called a vase a diamond shape.
How do you
You've never
describe
heard of the neoclassical rhombus vase? My
I don't know how
God,
to describe it.
barbarian.
I don't know. I did my best. I feel like this is the scene in 40-year-old version where he's like, the boo feels like a bag of sand.
Sandbag.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm talking
You
about
know
guys.
how it's
Such an
like
idiot. Why did I say it's diamond shape?
So did you turn the vase? Is that what you did? You use a wheel to make the vase, or did
Did
you
the vase feel like a
do it
boob?
some other way? A
No, it
potter's
wasn't
wheel. A potter's wheel. Use a potter's wheel to make the vase, to turn the vase, turn the clay, or did you just?
No, I wasn't that smart. I wasn't that smart.
Oh, you freestyled?
Yeah,
You freestyled
I mean-
and threw it in the oven on 350 and thought it'd be fine.
I
You
don't have a
literally
pot.
threw the clay.
I don't
yeah.
have I didn't have a potter's wheel,
Oh.
and I mean, I really just made it to see if I could make it. No one was grading me on it,
How big was it? Tall.
It
How
was-
tall was it? Yeah.
I was tempted to say, the size of a regular vase.
Vase size.
It's about the size a Sagittarius might make.
Yeah,
It's about twice the size of half a vase.
it's about
Yeah.
the size of this tall boy.
Oh, okay, small vase, like a rose.
Did you just
Like a
refer to a
single
seltzer
power.
water as a tall boy?
Tall boy seltzer water.
Okay. Do you have any more questions for
mean, million.
Daniel the Potter?
I do have a couple of questions for Daniel. So your dad has a kiln, yes? Is it located in your dad's house?
It's in his garage.
And what temperature does that kiln get to so that he can make successful ceramics?
Holy shit, I have no idea.
Great. Sarah, I'm ready to answer the question.
Vases can blow up in kilns too. It's just a matter of how much air you leave in the.
It's how much air is in the clay.
and how much moisture is in the clay. I know.
Sarah,
I'm just curious what prompted you to bake a vase. Like what made you wake up one day and be like, today's the day I'm going to go into the family business.
he had some flowers laying around and he had no place to put them. So.
No, I wanted to make it for Mother's Day.
Oh,
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah, I made a big mistake.
Okay. Well,
Guys just dragging me through the cold on this one.
if Mother's Day was April Fool's Day, this would have been a really great gift. Okay, so I need a consensus. Is it a truth or is it a lie?
Sarah, Daniel is the player of this game.
he is.
Rude.
And I feel like when I ask direct questions and he fucks with me, that he knows the answers to these questions to undersell the fact that this is true, but at the same time, his answers are bullshit, which makes me feel like it's false.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. And I honestly, this might be the last week that I play because I'm fucking tired of this shit.
So what's your vote? The two of you.
How do you feel, Sarah? Because my feelings are not good.
I also realized Daniel's bullshit, but he could have made up a name and found a ceramic place that was like in the middle of nowhere, and this one's like a local place. So
I feel like he recently bought some shit from that place, or like his wife bought that shit.
We need an answer, a yes or a no.
Bought a domain and like made
Tom,
up this.
I know this is Florida and we aren't great with voting, but
I'm going to filibuster so I don't have to answer.
Okay.
I'm just trying to think if Daniel's the type of person who would impulsively make a vase and throw it in his oven, and like maybe.
But also, it's not going to explode. It's also not going to explode in his oven. You can't.
I'm just fucking around here while you guys decide.
What's going on?
There's
Lie
no
or
way.
Is it a lie? Is it a true?
You can make ceramics explode. There's never been a time that you did a take-home project from art class and brought it home, and the teacher was like, "Go put it in your oven." They would not do that if the risk was like, unless of course you were sculpting with, I don't know, C4 or something. I don't know.
Okay.
So is it a truth or is it a lie? I just need a word from you. True, lie.
Give me like a day and I'll come back.
Okay. Let's just on the count of 3.
Sarah, you get the ball rolling.
All right.
I'll vote. How about that?
I think it's true.
Oh God!
But I hate that
Casey,
answer.
up to you.
And I feel like it's a fucking lie.
Which way you gonna go?
You know, I'm normally the pusher. Sarah, you get
I'm
to make
probably
the call.
wrong. I'm wrong, but that's fine.
So you
I'm here for a good time.
so you're going to say true. Is
Yeah,
that what you're going to
fuck
say?
it.
Is that what you're saying? You're saying that that's what you're going to say. Okay, so your final freaking vote is true.
Sure.
Thank you. Well, it's all
You were right. Marsha was right.
Well, I'm taking Farmville, I can tell.
Oh my God. Oh, poor Casey. It's the last we ever saw him.
You know what? If I'm the reason Casey's dead, so be it. I've liberated everyone. Sorry, Casey. Where are you?
oh boy. First Goldie, now Casey. You're just killing them left and right, Sarah.
Okay, Goldie died of old age.
Natural causes.
The cat didn't kill her. So
Yeah, prove it. I have a recording that if I piece together, it says that the cat did. Okay.
Hey, Case. How you doing?
So
I'm so
Red
tired.
team
I'm
two.
so tired
Blue team.
of this shit. This game. Honestly, Tom, you should have never started Doghouse. I
It's
just
funny. That thought hasn't occurred to me in the last 3 months.
by the
I'm
way,
sending out a
guys,
rent check tomorrow.
I thought you guys saw through my bullshit.
I
Because
My mom
did.
did.
yeah, but you're
You were
sick.
convincing me, Daniel. I made that up, and you're convincing
my dad,
me.
all the stuff about my dad is absolutely true.
Does he
all of it.
really have a thing? He has a
Yeah.
kiln?
Yeah.
And
As long as I know
the
that.
address? Is it the address numbers?
weird.
Such a specific
Yeah.
thing for Tom to have made up a lie that you could have answered so easily. Like
That's
pottery.
weird.
Well, I mean,
You don't know how hot a kiln gets?
I don't know how hot a kiln gets.
If your dad makes fucking pottery, you would know.
My mom
how
makes
hot a kiln-
mosaics. I
No,
don't
you
know the
wouldn't.
properties of tiles.
I don't even know how hot my toaster gets.
now this one may have been easy for me to have some background, but knitting sweaters for dogs and shit like that, I just got lucky. I got lucky.
Let's move on.
Can Dan get a lie that's not arts and crafts related?
No, he cannot. He cannot.
Next week is going to be
Casey. Casey can now atone for his atrocious
It
reactions.
doesn't,
Daniel.
guys. It doesn't matter. Just
And
end it.
if you get this one, then you tie it up. So everything's at stake.
I want that, Tom.
Here we go.
Prize. I want
Here
that
we go.
prize. I once was offered a full ride scholarship at an all girls high school.
Who were you?
Tell me
riding?
that your mom is not listening now, Jesse.
No, she thinks this one's true.
I met him. I thought he was a girl too.
Yes.
He got an athletic scholarship.
He got a full ride at Ainsley High.
It's a good ride, you know?
That's a good ride. Well, you would know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Start the cross-examination.
Okay. Yeah, was this
it a-
academic or sports?
It was for competitive spooning.
He played softball.
Full beard. I submitted this picture.
And everyone took a full ride on it. Okay.
Like, we want that.
So, go.
Yeah. Jesse's question.
Yeah,
Which
what
one?
ride? How'd you?
Well,
So
what was
I
it?
went to a Catholic grade school, and it was St. Mary's of Littleton, and so we had to apply to a number of different private high schools to get into, and I obviously did not apply to St. Mary's Academy, which was the high school, because it's all girls. But I did apply to Regis and Mullen and Holy Trinity. That's right, guys. All these Catholic schools, and I got a letter in the mail, and they were very pleased to accept me on academic as a scholarship to go to St. Mary's Academy, which is a all-girls high school. And I really wanted to go. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to be part of that. And just for the simple fact, I think that just because my name's Casey, right? So,
Yeah.
So there was no explanation.
Girl.
There was not nothing in the letter said, acknowledged your gender or
no,
But Casey, I thought you didn't apply. Like, how did they?
I don't know. I got a letter in the mail that said, "Congratulations, we would like to offer you a full scholarship. We've accepted you." So it was an acceptance letter with a full scholarship based off of my grades that I had gotten at St. Mary's Littleton. So I was a straight A student. I know that doesn't apply being someone that owns an improv company today. That would be, but I was a good student at one time. And
did this letter of acceptance also mention Nigerian prince or something like that? Or
I wired $7,000.
Why?
And now, guys, in fairness, I'm still waiting for the $200,000 to come back.
Right.
Waiting for that to return. But guys, that's a long play. And that prince was freed from jail.
That's a mitzvah, so.
Thank you. That's I went to a Catholic school, so I'm not sure if any of the words you just said register with me, Daniel. So,
So how did you extricate yourself from the situation?
we just
You send a dick pic? Is that how?
yes. In 1993,
Yes.
it was so simple to take a picture, go get it developed,
And faxed it.
at King Supers, which is now owned by Kroger.
It was printed out on dot matrix, and with the original
You gotta peel the little sides off and then send it
with the
away.
original Constitution.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Okay, for the record, my mom, I'm sorry, I'm cheating. She's like doing investigative work. Apparently, Casey, you don't have schools listed on your Facebook profile.
Why
I don't
is she
have
doing
anything.
that? Why
the
is
way,
she
I
doing
don't-
that?
Just FYI, I have nothing listed on my Facebook at this point because I'm
You
so
know that,
tired of everybody on Facebook being called out for bullshit.
I can't do that.
That house message.
Oh, but you do have your phone number listed.
Well, for your mom specifically,
Oh, it's just a special setting for my mom only.
just your mom.
Martha only.
Your mom realizes this is like a game show, not actually like an investigative report.
Marsha gets into this shit just like my mom does. Like my mom will start like anytime anyone has ever murdered ever, my mom was always like, it's her husband.
The Hobbit. There's no such thing as
So-
hobbits.
So wait, we're talking about Casey. We're talking about Casey sending dick pics, and your mom's like, "Psst, tell him I have his number." Is that what?
That's enough.
is-
That's enough.
that is-
We're not going there. We're not going with Jesse's mom anymore.
FYI, she has plenty from me.
Okay.
So just so you know, they're there.
Any more questions relating to Casey having been accepted on a scholarship at an all-girls high school?
I guess
before
like between you and me, like, do we think his name alone is enough for like all of that to happen?
He was
That's,
in a parochial school system already.
I mean, schools make a lot of mistakes already.
Yeah, he had
Look
an
at me.
A.
Right? I can see this type of error happening.
But
Okay,
did he
I'll-
really?
I'll need. You can discuss it a little bit, but between the two of you, but I'll need a consensus.
Like straight A's, really?
I feel
That
as
wasn't.
though-
That's not the claim we're talking about here.
He
We're
thought he
talking
just like
about
failed
I know,
elementary
it's
school.
just all related because the full ride thing. I mean,
Okay. So
uh,
is he telling the truth or is he lying?
I say truth.
I'm going with true.
Are you? You're going with true. Turns out it's true.
Yay! Boom.
Whoa. Yes, indeedy.
Sorry, Casey.
Oh, so that means that the red team wins. The red team wins. Oh my God, that's right. 3-1. You guys are
I'm
crushing
retiring.
it.
I'm retiring. This is my life. This is my life. I hate everything.
Me and Casey are gonna have to play on separate weekends. I think it's like a custody type of thing.
This sucks.
Well, that's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah. Wow. That's pretty cool. So, how does it feel to be winners again, Jesse?
God,
and
it's
Daniel?
so good. I just can't wait to collect all these winnings I've been promised.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. I'm making the congratulatory vase right now.
I think Daniel carries the team, to be totally honest, but
I don't know. I'm not using the oven. I'm using a microwave. So it's
He's a manipulator. Daniel's a manipulator. He uses
man.
mind magic. He is a warlock.
I am the reincarnation of Machiavelli, according to Casey.
Do you listen to him espouse his nastiness?
We will reconvene next week.
I don't want
Where perhaps
Avita then. Good day, sir.
This is the series finale, as far as I'm concerned.
it's not a finale. It's not the finale. Don't stop saying that. People will stop. All three of them will stop watching this.
That are watching.
My mom will finally stop watching.
Yeah. Before we go, just one more time, just for those who've stuck it out here with us, which is awful nice. There's just want to. There you go.
Oh,
Wanted to go out with a bang.
Woo.
Thanks for being here on this 4th of July. Thank you, Sarah, Jesse, Daniel, Casey. Thanks for being here doing this silly thing with us. Let me get that thing there. Yes, and we all go back to normal after tomorrow. So your dogs can.
Back to normal. COVID's over.
No, COVID is normal.
I'm so depressed.
Didn't you get the memo? Yes, it's the new normal, but don't worry about it. It's okay. It's going to be fine. The hurricane in Florida, anyway. The hurricane's going to blow
It'll
it all
just
away.
go away. It'll
Oh,
just go
that's
away.
so nice of the hurricane.
Yeah.
Cat 5.
Right, right. Thank you very much for that. Oh no, it can't be cat 5. Sarah has a bad reaction to all cats. So, as we learned,
A violent reaction.
violent.
So violent.
Violent. She does violence. So thank you very much for being here. Thanks for doing all this crap with us. We've got a show coming up at midnight tonight, and we hope if you're looking now or if you're looking in the future and midnight is still in the future for you, you'll join us. It should be fun. And otherwise, we'll be back here next week at 9 o'clock. Good night.
Good night, guys.
Bye. Bye. Bye.